Hi everyone. Welcome to after a long time. I guess I'm doing a live stream again, I believe. And we have Pranesh here. And Pranesh is from okay, I'll just let him introduce himself as well as me. So just go ahead.
Hello everyone. Paul Cook's son once said, great web design without functionality is like a sports car with no engine. Well, we all must agree to the fact that what he said is right. I am pretty sure everyone is familiar with this buzzword in their ongoing college life. Being a web developer is always difficult. It's a creative job, but one where you aren't the primary stakeholder. I know how it feels to use your creative juices to perfect a piece of code only to have someone else ask for a sudden change in a different direction. So many web developers can relate to that experience. I'm sure you know how it feels too. Digital design is like painting, except the paint never dries. Greetings, everyone. I, Pranesh, your host today from IIIT Nagpur, welcome you all to this creative and mind-blowing workshop. You most of have guessed it, web development. Without further ado, I would like to call upon Mr. Praveen Kumar Purushothaman, sir, our great speaker for today's session. Praveen, sir, is an excellent career mentor, a React.js specialist, and an impactful speaker. Today, Sir will be guiding us and help us create a dynamic React personal portfolio website. This evening is indeed wonderful, and your takeaway from this event is surely going to be useful and inspiring. I request him to shape us in this field.
Hey, that was a nice intro. And man, you again killed my father's name, man. I told you not to say that. Anyway, hey everyone. So I hope a lot of people will know about me, but for those people who do not know, I'm Praveen, and I'm originally from Chennai, India, and currently I'm living and working in London, and I work as a full stack JavaScript developer specializing in React and Node. React and Node are the main two, what to say, two competing things that are currently very much sought after. And for example, if you are a fresher and you know React and Node.js, you will be getting like a great like a great demand. Okay, and at the same time I would also not demean others, but if you have knowledge on React, Angular, Vue, almost all the SPA, single page applications, they are in super awesome demand. But before that, how would we create the demand right now? How many of you have a portfolio right now? Just go ahead and comment it out down there, and just say like, yes, I have a portfolio, or I am here to look at a new portfolio. It's going to be completely an interactive session, and I have already seen a lot of my friends here. We have got Divyansh, we have got Venkata Shriram, Harshit, Pulkit, Anubhav, Salil, Vishal, and Suraj. Did I miss anyone? I guess I missed Aditi. Hey Aditi. So there are like loads and loads of people. So please give this video a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe for awesome things. And I'm waiting for your answers on yes, who all have got a portfolio and who all are looking for a portfolio. And today what we are going to do is we are going to create a simple portfolio with already existing things. Okay, it's not like we are going to do something that is not there, or like some magic or something like that. It's going to be really simple. It is mainly targeted for beginners, and it will be really helpful for people who want to build a new portfolio. And welcome to the open source world. Whatever you take from here is going to be free for you, and you don't need to worry about copyrights, or you don't need to worry about paying. Or I will also show you at the end how we can actually make things make things in a better way. Yeah, and great. So that's awesome. And the next thing that I'm going to look into is, let's see how many people have got. Okay, so we have like Anubhav, Roxy, Mrunak, hey Mrunak, Shivam, and like there are like loads and loads of people. Amit, Sanal, and Suraj, there are so many people who are looking for portfolio and who already have a portfolio, which is great. Nice to know. And let's do this as well. So um, let's start with creating a simple portfolio which might help a lot of people, and let's do that right now. Okay, so before anything further, hey Nilay, yep. So before anything further, I wanted to also show. I keep saying that I'm a full stack developer, right? What is a full stack developer without a website? So let me quickly show how my website looks. So can people kindly confirm if you are able to see my screen? And if I press enter, bam, that's my personal website. So it starts with a simple loading in icon, and hey, I'm Praveen Kumar. I'm a cook, I'm a cat lover, I'm a mentor, I'm a full stack developer, I'm a cloud computing enthusiast. Like, I can put all those things that I'm passionate about, what I can do. And then I've got my Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Stack Overflow, Stack Exchange, GitHub, and GitLab. So how many of you know what is Stack Overflow? And make sure, I would say, try to contribute to Stack Overflow as much as possible, because just having a huge reputation means you would be getting a lot of job offers. And not only that, yes, I recently created my YouTube channel, which is this, whichever you're seeing right now. And I would ask you all to humbly, like, take a screenshot, share it with your friends, give this video a like and subscribe. And yeah, so that's about it. And I would request every single person to have a simple portfolio like this. This is actually simple, really, because there is just a big picture of me, and then there is a small introduction section, whereas there is a 10-year-old picture of mine, and there is a small introduction section. There is a profile, what all things I know, what all skills I have, and then this view profile will take me to the LinkedIn site. And if you are looking for work, just make sure you give that, like, yes, hire me or something like that. People who do not have education can completely skip this. So I just wrote something like this, like what all things I generally do. And with respect to education, pretty much the same thing. Whenever you go to any education websites, like for example, degree websites, so they have some nice words. So just don't hesitate to copy from that. It is always good because they have a lot of copywriters and they would have done in a better way. So just flick it from there. And finally, I believe a lot of people would have done a lot of projects in your life, right? So make sure you flaunt it in your website as well. So for example, there is a portfolio that I have, and it hosts every single thing what I have done from my childhood. So literally this is something which I did like when 10, 15, 20 years ago, maybe. Yeah, could be 20 years ago. And look at what I have been doing recently. This is again, it's like 10 years ago, maybe 2010 or something. So it's not that recent as well, but I've been doing a lot of recent things too. Okay. And for people who are looking for, like, you might be extremely new to something, and if you try to learn something totally new, make sure you write it down and publish it somewhere, like a blog. You can use Medium, you can use I hate Medium, by the way. You can use Ghost. I'm using Ghost for my blog. And you can use a lot of things, and then just link it to your website so that it is available to see here. And this is what people talk behind my back. And please provide a way to, like, for people to talk behind your back, like a contact form. And this is the way you can also talk behind my back. So that's a simple, very simple yet powerful portfolio. So how many of you would like to do something like this? Okay, let me look into the comments right away. So great. Looking for learning a new portfolio, learning to make a portfolio. Okay, you don't have a website. You do have a website, but yet to make a website for it. Great, Aditi. You can easily do that. I'll also tell you how to deploy the website today. So that would be cool. Argya, hey. Nilay, hey. Abhijit. Riti, hey Riti. And we have like Bhuvanesh, hey Bhuvanesh. Nilay, and yeah, so cool. So there are like loads and loads of people who are looking for this. So let's directly go and bash it now. Okay, so first thing is, I would like to start with, since we are going to make something very dynamic in nature. So it's like, instant coffee or instant tea. Just go ahead, take the source code, do something, and then you are done with the stuff, right? So I would ask everyone, have you tried using any free and open source portfolio websites? I'm asking you as well, Pranesh. So if you have done anything, you can also tell me. And how is it so far, Pranesh?
Yeah, open source website means I have used not very much, so I don't feel that I have the right to speak up about it. Means
Why?
I should have a up to the mark knowledge about it. That's why.
Okay, okay. Got it. Okay, so you are not a web developer, so you are also a new person, so you will easily learn something. Okay, cool. I'll
Yes,
tell
sir.
you something. Okay, so there is this website called as, okay, if you just put open source, so generally all these websites are responsive in nature, which means, let's say if I'm like reducing this page into a smaller page, you can see that it comes like a mobile menu and other things. You just write once, and then it totally changes its layout based on the device that you are looking at, right? So this is called as responsive web design, and this is so cool. And most of the responsive websites are made using Bootstrap. So if you do open source Bootstrap and portfolio themes, you can easily get a lot. Like, look at this. We have got like loads and loads of open source Bootstrap themes. And let's go ahead with the first one. Okay, how many of you are okay with going with Start Bootstrap? How many of you know about this site? They are not paying me anything, but it's just came up in the first list, so I'm just talking about it. So we can see that a lot of people have actually used it, but let's try to use one from this, and then try to build the same thing in a React way. So the moment I complete building my portfolio on this, it takes maximum 2 minutes for you, whoever is watching this, to rebuild with your details again. How does that sound? Are you all excited? So if I go to the themes and portfolio and resume, I don't want, I'm not that rich, so I'm not going for the pro themes. And since we are just looking at the HTML parts, these are the only options that we have. So there are like two things which look good. One is this freelancer. Let's have a quick look at the live preview. And there is this resume. Let's look at the live preview as well. So first thing is, let's look at the freelancer's live preview. So this is actually working across the different like different devices. So it has a simple portfolio, it has a simple about, has a big contact us. So this is freelancer. Then you have resume. So if you see this also has a nice way of looking at things, but it does have this nice photo. There's a quick thing, then there is an experience, then there is education, skills, interests, awards. Okay, which one should we take for? Should we go for this one, which is called as resume, or should we go for this one? This is called as freelancer. Let's start the voting. So this is freelancer and this is resume. So I'm waiting for you all to give a quick vote. So what would you say, Pranesh? Which one should we go with?
Sir, I would be going with the resume part.
Okay, Pranesh says resume. So he has also mentioned that in the comments, live stream, live chat. I would request everyone to, we'll just go directly with resume then. Look at it. Everyone says resume. Great. Cool. So let's close all the other things, close other tabs. All right. So this is the website that you need to go to get, which I'm actually looking at. Okay, there is only one Vignesh who says freelancer. Sorry, Vignesh. Maybe I'll do once again another one. So definitely I'll do another thing for you for looking at the freelancer part. Freelancer seems to be very easy, but resume seems to be a bit difficult. So let's go to the view source code. Okay, this goes to the GitHub page of this. Okay, and this GitHub page has a lot of things specifically for this particular site, let's directly go to the dist folder. Okay, so dist folder has one index file. Okay, then there is one JavaScript file, one CSS file, one image file, which is one is favicon and another thing is profile icon. Okay, um, let's do a surprise thing. Okay, but before that, let me tell the surprise later. But let me download the zip file here. So the moment I download the zip file, if I open it, I could immediately see that there is a dist folder, and this folder contains all the things that we require. Okay, for building this whole website. Okay, so if you try to open this one, yeah, this looks like everything is there, but it's not that everyone knows HTML and CSS or like a React or anything. But I'm going to give you a nice different way of how you can make use of React.js to generate something totally new. Okay, so these are the files that we require. And what I'm going to do is, I believe a lot of people have GitHub accounts, right? So I'm going to create a new GitHub repository and host everything there so that you all will be having a access to this one. Okay, so I'm going to save this as say Skillspring. So SS portfolio React. Okay, so since React doesn't support files like this, like repository names, folder names like this. Okay, we'll come to that later. We'll just use this. Okay, so part of Praveen's YouTube live stream with damn, I keep forgetting the name, like Skillspring, right? Skills Nights. Okay, and right. So I'm creating a repository right now. So what I should be doing here is, first thing is, it shows a lot of details and stuff. How many of you are not comfortable with like so far? Is there any questions that you have got? Please ask me any questions, and I'm happy to answer anything. Okay, so I keep looking at the chat. Even Pranesh looks at the chat, and Pranesh, if there is any questions or anything that I need to look into, let me know. I'll immediately answer them. Okay.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to copy this whole URL. Okay, so I'm using something called as VS Code. Okay, Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is really awesome for me because I would say, what are all the awesome things about VS Code? Okay, so it has literally everything, whatever I need. I don't need anything other than Visual Studio Code. And first thing is the plugins that I have got. So it has got like, this is a nice theme. Like, let's leave this ES7. This is, all these things are like, there are three different types of plugins I am using. One is the cosmetic plugins, where it's the theme, then we have to-do tree, then VS Code icons. Those things are cosmetic. We'll just ignore it. Then the productivity or making you lazy kind of things. Okay. So tell me, everyone, how long do you take to create a HTML alone for doing this particular layout in HTML? So you have got a logo, there is a nav. Let's say we have nav 1, nav 2, nav 3, and nav 4. I'll wait for you to answer, because I'm going to say there is a header tag. And inside the header tag, there is a h1 and a nav tag. Then inside the h1 tag, there is a which says logo. Then inside the nav tag, we have a UL. Inside the UL, we have a li tag. Inside the li tag, we have a which says nav 1. Four tags are there. So 2, 3, 4. You do copy paste, you do whatever, but how long will you take to write the HTML structure for this? Just HTML, no CSS, no JavaScript, nothing. Please let me know your time. Okay, so Suchitra, in the meantime, I'll explain what all things I have been telling. So I was saying, like, we are going to do something like a dynamic resume generator. And we just took start bootstraps resume page. And Venkata Sriram, I'm gonna kick you if you yes. He's actually leaking out my technology. Okay, great. Yeah. So so we will be creating a resume style page based out of React, and it takes only 2 or 3 minutes after the setting up of the whole application to change under your name. So this is what we are going to do. And okay, so we have got only few people who have answered so far. Venkat says 20 seconds, which can be true. Nilay Patel 4 minutes. Sanil Satakar less than a minute. Anyone else waiting for more numbers? All right. So going up with the average of 4 minutes. Sorry, I'm bad in math. So I'm just going to see if this can be achieved in 4 minutes. Okay. The first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it as HTML. And the first thing is get the doc type done. Done. Now let's go with a number. Like let me start with when it actually structs 0. Okay. Ready? Start. Done. So I do resume here. Then I start with a header tag. Inside the header tag, I have a H1 A. Then I put a logo. Then I have a nav. I have a UL, LI, 4 LIs, A, nav, 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. It's, to be honest, it's 20 seconds as how Venkat said. So you have got the complete thing. This one, how many of you know all this before? Like this plugin is called as Emmet. How many of you have already heard of Emmet? Can someone say? Okay, we've got multiple answers as well. 2 minutes, less than 1 minute, Prashant says. And yeah, cool. So this is something which I generally do using Emmet, and Emmet is really powerful. I'll show you how Emmet works, and I'll also show you where you can find the documentation and other things. So if you go to emmet.io, so this is the Emmet, and this is what we will be using a lot of times in React and in my office as well. Like whenever I work, it doesn't mean that I type everything myself. So thanks to these things, that makes me lazy. So all I need to do is run the expand command, bam, that's it. So if you want to know how all these things work, there is something called as a documentation. In that there is a cheat sheet. Literally whatever you want to do, whatever I have been doing, everything is there inside this. So you can use this one. I'm going to send this link to all. Venkat, that's cheating, man. Don't do this. Venkat and Suraj. Okay, so for people who do not know, I should have said that. For people who already did not know the trick, tell me how long it will take. Great. So cool. I guess a lot of people know it. Then it means that you are all the real web developers. Great. Let's directly get into React then. So before that, I wanted to show you what are all the plugins that I'm using. So there is this thing called as Prettier. Why I love Prettier is, so let's say we have a crazy function, like a crazy JavaScript thing. So I'm just putting like A is equal to B comma C. Then I put something like d.map E comma F. Okay, actually just E is an F, and then E can be like A inside this C, then E dot for each. Yes, sorry, let's put a map again. Damn. Yes, plus E, some crazy thing I am writing. Okay, so now if I set the syntax to JavaScript and then paste that, immediately it automatically does everything for me. So that's exactly what I was saying. So if I put like if I do something like B, okay, if I do something like this, I don't know why it is like, I haven't done anything more complex than this. So maybe because of that. Okay, I'll do one thing. Let me try to do this. Then this can all be inside this. So if I try to paste it, it automatically does everything. So if you see here, I have put a parenthesis out of on top of E, and if I paste it, the parenthesis also has been removed. So it takes care with ESLint what is correct and what is not correct and etc. So those kind of things are really good with ESLint with Prettier. So this is something which I personally recommend. So yeah, without further delay, let's go ahead. Go to the new. Any questions so far? How was it so far? Any questions? So we have got Emmet, we have got the start bootstrap. I forgot to give the URL of our this thing. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this one and put it over here. Please bookmark it or please add stars for this, and obviously download it. So make a fork of it so that you can easily make things easy. So I'm just going to copy this whole part, and then I'm not going to immediately do anything with this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, oh, this is JavaScript, right? So before doing it, this is my username. Okay, Praveen Sains is my username. So I'm just going to copy my username and put it on top of it so that I don't need to write password again and again. So Praveen Sains at github.com/Praveen Sains. So in case if your username is like, let's say Venkat, I would suggest you to put, say Venkat at github.com or something like that. Whatever is your username, put your username here. Okay, your username at github.com. Okay, so since my username and my repository are same, I'm just going to copy this one and click on this clone repository. It says clone from GitHub. Don't ever go with that. Just paste it over here and click on this. So it will ask me where I should clone it. So just go to the page where I want. I'll just go with skill springs, and then I'll select the repository location. It has automatically cloned for me. So now the moment it opens up, it has got my file manager here. This is the files where it can see the files. I can also use the terminal here. So terminal is also here. Git is also here. What else do I need? I don't need anything else. I just need only VS Code for doing all kind of editing and all these things like development and everything. So that is the main reason I used to say like this is alone. This just VS Code alone is enough for working with all these things. Thank you so much, Nilay. Much appreciated. Yeah, so please let me know your questions as well, as long as like if they are inside this, I'll be able to easily answer this so that it is easier. Okay, now first thing what I'm going to do is I need to create a React application. How do we create a React application? We'll be using an npx create React app. So what are all the requirements for doing this one? First thing is you need to have what do you call this? Damn, this is bad. You need to have Node.js installed in it, and basically you require VS Code or some kind of IDE which might help you in working easily. And then finally you should have a decent browser like Google Chrome. As simple as that. Otherwise you don't need anything. So npx create React app, and the file folder name is what you need to give here. Okay, so instead of giving a folder name, I'm going to give dot here. So I'm just going to use npx create React app dot. Now it will say that this folder is not accepted. So what we are going to do is quickly I'm going to rename this folder. So I need to use terminal here. So I'll just copy this one. Spaces. Okay, cool. So let me show you what exactly I'm going to do here. So I go to the previous directory, move the SS, whatever it is, to SSP or something like that. I go into SSP. So I'll do the, oops, sorry. So this might actually crash. So I'm just going to copy this one and put it over here. Okay, so this will take a long time. Okay, so press S and it's going to do all these things. So it's going to create a new React app in SSP, and then it's going to do all these installation and stuff. This totally depends on your internet connection speed as well as your computer's speed as well. So I'm using it's a Mac machine. It's an old Mac. It's 2015 model, late 2015 model, and it's been good so far. So again, the operating system is also old. So it doesn't matter whether you're using Windows, Mac, or Linux. Everywhere it works. VS Code is cross compatible. React is cross compatible. So you don't need to worry about any of these things. I'm using NPM because I like NPM. I'm not as good in Yarn. People use Yarn, which is actually good. Bam, that's it. It's done. Not much time it took, but immediately. See, all you need to do is npm start, npm run build, npm test, and npm run eject. That's it. So what we will do is we will again change rename it again, so that the page doesn't get crashed. Okay, so I'm gonna exit this one. So now if I do, yeah, you can see everything is added over here. So what I'm gonna do now is every single change I do, I'm going to commit it to the Git. Okay, so that you can actually get it from your side as well. So created a React app using CRA. CRA means create React app. Okay, so and I can just do a git push. So the moment I do a git push immediately, I would be getting here it reflected. Okay, so we have just 12 seconds ago, we have got the files here, so you can just download it as well. Yes, and any questions so far? So let me quickly go check the YouTube chat. All right, thank you so much. Okay, let's go on. So now what we are going to do is, generally I would suggest everyone to create multiple folders in this src folder. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this src folder has got everything in the same page. So I'm going to create components so that it is easy for you to look into it as well. Styles, assets like logos and pictures. Then what else do we have? Tests and services if you want. We won't be using any services. Now tell me, where does app CSS, app.js? Okay, before doing all these things, let's see if this thing actually works. Okay, whether it runs or not. So if I put npm start inside the directory where I have got the React.js, just make sure, if you see here, you should have something called as package.json. On that directory, you need to put npm start. Most of the people will put npm start in places where the package.json is not there, and they get into trouble. Okay, so let's go ahead, start the script. Let's see what is happening. Bam. So what is good about React? Not starting? No. What is good about React? So if I try to keep this page here and keep this page here, now if I go to my src app.js file, and then if I try to change this to hello skills nights, and then I save it, immediately I could see on the right side it gets changed. It's super cool, right? Whatever you change on the left side, it immediately gets changed on the right side. So far, any questions, please feel free to ask. So now we have seen that this works. Okay, so let's get rid of all the changes that we have done so far. So I'm just gonna undo all the changes and bring this back to hello world or whatever it is. Okay, so now we have got this one. Now the first thing that we are going to do is do some real big mess. The reason why I say real big mess is, I'm gonna break this whole application. Now you have seen that it says compiled successfully, right? Now I'll show you how it is not going to compile successfully. Okay, so here, if I try to put this app.css, I don't want app.css, delete it. Bam, it failed to compile. The same thing shows here as well. Okay, so now let's go back to our error message and also the finder. App.js, it's a component. So I'm going to put it inside the components. App.test.js, it's a test file. I'm going to put it into the test. Index.css, go to the bin. Index.js, never ever touch this. Let it stay here. Logo, we don't need any React logo. Bye bye. And report web vitals and setups tests will stay the same place. Now we need to fix this file, fix this broken application. So if we go inside the app.js, we don't require all these things. Okay, so let me get rid of everything. What is the easy way of getting rid of everything? Remove everything. RAFCE. Remember, I said I have been doing a lot of things to make myself lazy. Press enter. You got a functional component. Okay, here I'm going to do, instead of functional component, I want a class component because I'm going to fetch from something. Actually, let's go with the functional component itself. Right. So now here I'm going to put dot app, which is going to be giving me a class name of app. In a paragraph, I want to put hello skills nights and then save it. Okay, so it says app.js is not found. I believe it should be coming from the index.js. So get rid of index.css, which is not there. And we have app, which is not in the right position. So it's going to go into the components / this. Bam, that works. So since we broke the whole thing, we need to refresh it manually. So we can see that hello skills nights is actually there. Cool. Any questions? All cool? All good so far? Hey, Sushmita is here. Hi, Sushmita. Hey, Mudat. I was just thinking to create a portfolio using React this week. There you go. Now you have the way to do it. Great. Okay, so let's start working through each and everything. Now we have removed a lot of things, and if you see inside the files folders, like you can see that there are only very less number of files available. So we are going to do remove clutter from CRA, and let's push this. Then the next thing that I'm going to do is I want some kind of a style sheet, which is actually carried by this start bootstrap. So we have this styles.css, right? So let's copy this one. Okay, so we are gonna put it over. Okay, let me open this. Let me copy this. Let me go to the styles, create an index.css. I wanted to always use SCSS, but it's okay. Since we don't have much time, we'll be using the CSS. Import styles index.css. Okay, now let's save this. We should be able to see something changing. No, nothing. Nope. Yep, index.css. Okay, because we did not save it. Let's save this. Yep, it's saved. And now it should have got it in a different way. Yep, it has kind of like, it has done something. Great. Now what we are going to do is, so let's go back to our public folder. Public folder is the main folder where we have this index.html file. So we need to do a bit of things. Like for example, there are like multiple things that require some CSS and JS as well. So JS has got a lot of bootstrap related stuff. But I don't think there is much needed in this script. So let's go ahead and look at what they have done so far. It is just the scroll bar triggering thing. So we don't need this at all. Now, only thing that we require is, okay, so actually we need this. I'll tell you how we can insert this. But before that, let's start with our CSS file. Okay, so we have a CSS file. We have got it here, and we have our index.html file. Okay, let's go to the index page. So we need to use the font awesome icons, and it's here. And we have got this, like a shortcut icon. So what we will do right now is, let us start with editing our index file. So we are not going to change anything here. We will just put my portfolio here. And we'll start with all these Google fonts, and the CSS file is already included. So we are not going to use that. So we'll just use the Google fonts alone. Cool. So that's, we don't require this type text bar CSS. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Great. Now I believe something should have changed. Okay, we don't see any changes. Now, since we have already included this, and this, so the only thing that we don't have is the fave icon, which is perfectly fine. And we also require, there is a ID equal to page top. So we'll just paste it over here. And now the root contains whatever we are going to put in here. So we also require a nav and all these things. So let's start with one by one. in the app.js, app doesn't have an app tag at all. So let's get rid of all these things. And here it starts with this nav tag. So nav id. So before that, let's start with the id as side nav, and let's do a class name as well. The class name should include all these things. Okay, good. Now this is actually supposed to be the navbar, right? So let's create a new navbar component. So I'm just going to create a new thing called nav.js. So it's going to be a functional component. So I'm just going to put rafce, and then let's go ahead, cut this whole thing, put everything over here, save it. And then we have got some more files as well. So let's just go copy these things and put it over here. Now the only thing that we are going to work through is this is the name and all the images. Those things are supposed to be dynamic. Okay. So let's start with just the nav alone, and all these class equal to needs to be class name. So let's select everything, or you can use, find and replace and stuff like that. So let's save that. Let's see what has happened so far. Nothing, because we haven't added the nav here. So nav, save, bam, we have got something. Okay, so this is not actually working perfectly, but we will make it work perfectly. Okay, so right now we need a name here. Okay, so let's create the dynamic names. So name, let's use name here. By the way, who wants to, the surprise that I was telling you all is, who wants to be featured in this portfolio? So whoever says that. Okay, so regarding the Discord bot live stream, you have Sushmita directly here. You can actually ask her. We are looking for time from Sushmita and other person as well. So don't worry. So we will be soon hosting that. And also, who wants to be featured here? I'll just give a few minutes. Okay, cool. Already Sushmita actually messaged me on the WhatsApp saying like and okay, Sushmita, can you just officially come into the live stream and say me, so that we will take yours? Sorry, Banu Prakash and Nilay Patel. Okay, so if Sushmita doesn't say me, okay, she said me. So right, there you go. So let's make her portfolio today. And yeah, so before that, let's change a couple of things. So here comes the profile picture again. So profile pic, and this is again name. So let's use profile pic as another variable here. So these are all the components and stuff. Now we have got something like this. Okay, so let's save this and look at what is coming here. Nothing comes up right now. So what I'm going to do is, we need to send name and profile pic here, right? So we are also going to, so far we have done the nav part. Okay, so added the CSS and nav parts. Now we have to send the name and profile picture here. Okay, so let's go with name as Sushmita and profile pic. Okay, we need to grab her profile pic somewhere. So sorry, buddy, I need to take it from the LinkedIn. Yeah, you can say as ladies first as well. She messaged me immediately on WhatsApp. So it should be me and stuff like that, because she's just hearing from other places. So yeah. I'm just going to steal her photo from Twitter. So if we try to get the maximum biggest photo possible, so this should be it. Um, right. So let's use that. So profile pic equal to this. Save. Bam. There you go. So just changing a profile picture in this CV. Look at how quick it was. So that's awesome. So already what all things that we have done here. So we have got this one, and we have got about or something like that, and now we have got this. Great. So the next thing that we are going to do is, um, let's try to fix the navigation control. Before that, okay, added Sushmita's pick. Great. And I believe this will go away soon, because obviously in Twitter always keeps changing all the pictures, so that should not be a problem. No privacy breached. And these things are supposed to be coming from a separate constant. So what we will do is, along with all these things, so I'm gonna do another file called constants data.json. Ultimately, you are going to edit this file. Okay, so we'll start with whatever that we have got it from here. So name profile pic. So name is going to be Sushmita, and profile pic is going to be this one. Everything is starting from now. It's going to be completely, like from the JSON we are going to retrieve it. So now I'm gonna put import data from constants data.json. Cool. Now here we need to use data.name data.profile pic. Bam, we've got it done. So shall we just try with another profile picture? Anyone would like to put your okay, just say me or something like that. Okay, let's give a chance to the second person who actually said that, Banu Prakash. And I would request Sushmita to explain what happened with the Discord bot. Like I was saying her, like let's do it once we get some time. So that's exactly what I was saying. So now I'm gonna steal Banu Prakash profile picture from his what do you call this, YouTube live stream. So I'm just gonna save this and see what has happened. Bam, takes just few seconds to change the data. So, and back to Sushmita again. Okay, so this is very easy to do it. So that's what exactly I'm trying to say. So we have actually imported data JSON, and let's add this. So I'm gonna push all these things, all these changes to the master branch as well, so that if you download this one, you'll be able to get everything here as well. So if I refresh this page, I could see that imported data JSON is here. So all you need to do is, see, if you look at this, the data, everything is here. So yep, all you need to do is clone this and then redeploy it with your name. As simple as that. Okay. Now we have done the nav part. The next part is going to be the main part. Okay, on the right side part. So we have got this one, right? So let's see what they have got. So this is the page content. Okay, let's start with page content. So we are going to create another component called page slash page content.js. Okay, why I have created page there? Because this page content will have multiple things. So RAFCE, and then we'll start with the page content. Okay, so this is going to have a lot of things here. So this is what exactly we need, I believe. So yes, so that's the two things that we have got. So we'll just copy this one, paste it over here. Damn, something messed up really. So let's see what exactly went wrong. Right, React doesn't support these things. So let's try to find out where all we have got our comments, and we'll just make that like this and save this. Bam, that worked. So now we have to fix all the class names. So all the classes will be made into class name. Okay, so let's make everything into class name. Whoa. So many things. I should have used find and replace instead. Okay, so how many people are alive? Yeah, man. Yeah, Banu Prakash. I should have taken your LinkedIn thing. Great. So Sushmita says that she will be updating the time for everyone. So great. So once I get her timelines sorted, then will do an awesome live stream on Discord bots and other things. Cool. Okay. So we have got all these things into class name. So I believe there should be no errors really on our. Okay. We haven't seen anything so far. So console doesn't have any errors as well, which is good. Now let's do this. Let's try to include the page content here. Page content, bam, save. Great. Now, the funny part is we need to update all these things. Also, we are not getting these ones. So I guess it's about the way how font awesome icons work. So these are all font awesome icons. And I guess we will go back to the previous version of font. So what I'm going to do is I'll try to go to the index.html. Did I actually add font awesome icons? No, I did not. That is the problem. So let's try to add with font awesome icons. And if it doesn't work, we have jQuery, there is scripts. We have font awesome here, but did I actually add font awesome's script here? No, I don't think so. Yep, that's the problem. So I will just copy this one and paste it on below this. I hope this might work. So let's see if that, oh, wow, that worked. As good as that. Great. So we have got all these things. So let's try to, like differentiate each and every section. What are all the data that it has? And also this one, this is not good. So let's try to go inside the thing and let's say, let me put a space here. So we get a space here. Perfect. Nice. So now we need to get everything from this, right? So this is the about section. Then we have this one. So let's try to make this file a smaller size. It is currently at 300 number of lines. So I'm just going to cut this whole thing, these 3 lines. So that needs to go into the about section. So I'm going to change it as underscore about.js. Why underscore? Because it's a partial. RAFCE again, and make this as about. And then since I've got multiple things, so there are more than one element that's coming out. So I have changed it like this. So let's go back to our stuff. I'll make as about. Bam, done. Okay, so we have a lot of errors again. Let's fix the errors later. So we have our experience section. So let's do the same thing. Underscore experience.js. Paste it over here. Oh, sorry. RAFCE. Delete the thing. Then make this like this. This is for sending multiple stuff out. So we have got our experience as well. Experience. If we get experience as easy as this, it will be really nice. Next comes the education section. Education. Underscore education. RAFCE. How easy is this so far? We are just putting RAFCE, copy pasting a lot of things. Oh, missed it. So let me try to rename this one. .js. Great. RAFCE. Education. Delete. Paste it inside this. Save it. Go back to page content. Education. Save. Skills. Eagerly waiting for that. Okay, great. Thank you. Yep. Don't miss out this one. This is going to be interesting as well. Underscore skills, not skulls. .js. Then let's put RAFCE skills, delete these things inside that. Sorry for this boring thing, but definitely this is worth. So quickly I'll do skills, and finally interest, right? Okay, interest and awards, only two things left. So interest, awards, that's all. So let's do it. Cut it, save as underscore interest.js array of ce. Whoa, interest, delete, save this, go back, add interest, and finally awards. That's the last step. So cut, new file, underscore awards.js, and we go. Bam, delete. Pranesh, are you alive? Sorry, man, I've been like.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Great. So look at the page content again right now. Look at this. It's just 20 lines of code, 25 lines of code maximum. Cool, right? This is how we should make things in a better way. So what I'm going to do is added all the componentized page elements. Cool. So that we have done. Let's push the code. Now let's start from one by one. Okay, so there is a lot of prop drilling that you will come out of it, like come ahead of it. So that's completely fine for this one. And close to the right. Cool. We don't need these two things as well. So let's start from the about section. Okay, about section, we need to have Sushmita's name and other things. So how about this one? So I've already looked into all these things. Okay, we already got these things working perfectly fine. I have also created a JSON structure for this. So in order to not make you all bored, I'll just copy paste the JSON. Is that okay for everyone, or is it not okay? Please let me know. Can I just copy paste the JSON from a previous work that I have done with respect to this, or should I do it once again? Let me know your thoughts. Copy paste or do it fresh? Copy paste, do it fresh. We have time running out as well, because people are, I respect your time as well. So that's the reason. Okay, so I'll copy paste, but I will explain as well. 100%, I'll definitely explain, but let me copy paste for now then, in that case. Cool. Let me try to find out that particular thing. Okay, we have got the JSON file. Just give me a second. I'll just blank it out and then paste it out here. Okay, so we have the data.json. Now, Sushmita. Sorry, I have paused the screen sharing. Just give me a second. Okay, time to show the screen. Let me see this. So we have got something so far, and we have got something here. So let's get the real file from this. Copy image address. Let's paste this one. Okay, I need to get LinkedIn and other thing from of Sushmita. So I guess everything is 17 Sushmita for her. So I'm just gonna use. So here is the thing I have actually made, like all the socials, everything. So what I have done so far is, if you see this page, okay, so where is our React application? If you see this page, you have an about section, you have an experience section, you have an education section, you have a skills section, you have an interest section, and you have an awards section, right? So all these sections have been added here with all the data that is supposed to be there. Okay, so right now I have used image here, so let me save it. It's gonna go bad, so I'm gonna go back to my app.js. So profile pic is what I need to use here, so I'll just use the profile pic itself. Perfect. So we have got nothing else changed here. So let me now, for now I'll just save this dummy profile picture. So I'll just put say Delhi, India, and phone number. Okay, +91 987 654 3210. We can put those phone number markers. Sushmita at gmail.com. Hello world is the description. So we are going to change all these things. So starting from that, let's say updated complete data JSON. Okay, so great. Now the next thing is it has some warnings here. Okay, so let's try to fix those warnings quickly. So it has got in about.js. All the files, all the warnings are in about.js. So let's see what exactly the problem is. So I believe this is the problem. So the GitHub, Facebook. Okay, let's start by changing everything in the about.js. So if you go look at the about, we have this location, we have phone, we have email, we have description, which is coming from this. And then we also have the socials. Okay, these are the two things that are going to get into about.js. So I'm going to put what all things are there. So it's location, phone, email, description, and socials. I'm just going to copy these things, paste it over here, put a comma here, and save it. Great. So along with about, we also need to have the name as well, right? So name is also there. Sushmita, what is your full name? Can we have your full name, please? Let me try to find out in the meantime. I couldn't find out anywhere. So I'll just go with Sushmita Python as the, so that's gonna be her name. Okay, so let me grab all the details about her from LinkedIn. Okay, so we have got Django developer. Okay, she is a Django developer. She doesn't have any about me section, so I'll just copy this one. Django, a computer science geek, Django developer, everything Python. Okay, cool. So now what we need to do is all these things need to be coming here as well. So the first thing that I want to do is like, let's, okay, wait, she's not from, okay, she's also from Delhi. Great. So good thought. Yeah, so I'm not going to put her real email here. So Sushmita at sushmita.com, so that she's not getting any emails or something like that. So we have actually completed the about section, and LinkedIn, Insta, Twitter, everything is working. Cool. So now if we go to the about, so we have got location, phone, name. Okay, we also need to add name as well, right? So name, location, email, phone, description, and socials. So for these things, location, phone, email, and description, we can get it from the about. Name, we need to send it again. So what I'm going to do is page content, I'm going to directly send the data. Okay, so data equal to data, right? And then inside the page content, we would have got data from here. So here, the first thing I want to give is everything related to data dot about. Okay. And we do have name, which is going to be data dot name. And finally, we have socials, which is data dot socials. Cool. So we should be getting all the details through here. So now at the moment it shows LinkedIn, GitHub, some crazy things. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go to about section again. Let's first start with this one. Okay. So we are going to put what is her name here. So name. If I just put name here, it's gonna say Sushmita Pythonista, the whole thing, but that is not what we want. So I want it to be like, name dot split with a space and the first one. Bam. She's not a tailor. So let's try to do name dot split space and the second one. Bam. So that's done. So the next thing that we are going to do is, okay, so updated data. So app, we have actually sent data to about. Now in the about, whatever we are doing, we are just making sure everything is done. So far, any questions? How do you find it so far? Okay, Sushmita Malik. All right, cool. So let's change the data.json again. So you can clearly see it works. Great, nice. Updated Sushmita's name. Nice. So we have got our Sushmita's name correctly displaying here, which is cool. Then these things. Okay. So first thing is, this is the location, right? So let's put location. Great, that worked. We don't need this one. This is actually location. This is technically her phone number. Phone. Bam, that worked. And then finally, we have her email address. So href is going to be something that is going to be dynamic. So we'll just use email. And then again, it's going to be email. Bam, that worked. So this one should also come from the data.json, right? So this is, again, it's called description. So we'll get rid of everything here. Put description here. Hello world. That was the one which was there in the description. Now we have got a lot of warnings, right? So let's get rid of the warnings right now. So any questions so far? Thanks, Divyansh. Okay, let's quickly get rid of all these social icons to be correct. So whatever. So we have got what all. Let me go back to our data.json. So inside the socials, other things we are putting as null. Okay, so let's use Facebook. Null. What else do you have? Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, anything else? GitHub. Null. We have so far we have got these things. Okay, so let's save these things. Added null values for Facebook and GitHub. Shall we ask everyone, how many of you want a second part? Because it's already been like 1 hour, 10 minutes. Would you like to be breaking this into part 2, or should we continue further? It might take another 1 hour, I believe, easily. So I know that a lot of people might want to enjoy their Saturdays, that to a Saturday evening. And I said like it's going to be maximum of 1 hour, and we are going more than 1 hour. How many of you want to continue this as a second session or a same session? I would really like everyone to stay. That's the reason. Okay, Bhanu Prakash says anything. What about Pranesh? Pranesh, what do you think?
It may be a second session, sir, because in our college also there would be some other event right now
Okay, yes,
planned.
I understand that. Okay, so um, what I'm gonna do right now is, so I'm just gonna save everything. And for now, let me shall we just finish the about section alone, and then we will call it a day. See, it's just another only this one. This is going to be interesting because so we have socials. Socials is an array. Okay, so what we are going to do is I'm gonna put socials dot map, and then it's going to be like social. So let's do a pre tag inside this, and then try to look at what exactly this comes in. Okay, so JSON dot stringify social comma null comma 2. Okay, now if I save this, damn, socials dot map is not a function. Wow, really? Um, Let me look into what is there in the socials. Okay, socials is an object. So what I'm gonna do now is object dot keys socials. So that's gonna be socials dot map. So this is, if we do this way, we could see there is LinkedIn, Instagram, blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna put pre key equal to social. Right, something is gone. So now we need to create the same kind of a effect like this, right? If I put social comma socials of social, sorry for the confusion that is getting caused, but let me show you. So this is what is coming here. Okay, so the first one is LinkedIn, and this is going to be the URL. Okay, so these are the two things. Just these two things are enough for us. Now we need to also do this mapping thing, right? So if we have LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and GitHub, they are not the same as like this. So const socials social icon map. This is going to be an object. So if you give, let's say, these things, how they should be copied. Okay, so how they should be mapped. Now all I need to know is, for this we are using FA LinkedIn in, FA GitHub, FA Twitter, FA Facebook, F, and then finally we should have Instagram is Instagram, I believe. So let's go ahead and paste it over here. Okay, wait. LinkedIn, Insta, Twitter, Facebook, and GitHub. LinkedIn, Insta, okay. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, GitHub. Twitter, Facebook, GitHub. Okay, cool. So now let's try to put all these things here and then save it. Right, now this social icon map, why have we done this? We just need to make sure this particular thing is correctly added. So what we want here is, we want a text. Okay, so a text that is looking like this. Cool. So we'll just copy and paste it here. So now we have got something like this, but it should not be the same way like what is given here. So the href should be actually the social. Right. So what I'm gonna do now is, I'm just gonna cut this whole thing, get rid of these things. Let's add a class name social icon. Href will be socials of social, and this icon, right? Let's try to add the same icon that was given here. So that would be social icon map of social, and we have actually got the social network here. So also we need to do a key equal to social, which is the unique key. Sorry, any questions, please stop me and ask me. Yes, Bhubesh, what is your help? I mean, like, what help you need? I'm happy to help you. Damn, that's what you see here. So this is LinkedIn, and it goes to correctly her LinkedIn account. Yeah, correct. It goes to correctly LinkedIn account. Instagram goes to her Instagram. No. Okay, Twitter, at least Twitter goes to her Twitter account. Yes, it goes to Twitter account. There is no Facebook. So it is showing the Facebook icon and GitHub icon, but it is not showing as a thing. So we need to make sure if socials of social, then do this. Okay, so this way it has removed the other icons. Now if we just get rid of these things based on the icons that we have created, it's going to show only LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. Perfect. Questions. So now we have actually completed the about section, but still it shows some errors here. So if I refresh this page, oh my God, no errors. Like really no errors. So if I go back to our data, then try to change the about section here from hello world to Sushmita is an awesome Python developer and save it. Bam, that works. No error, which is perfect. We have completed the about section, and so far we have done this updated about section. Now dynamically loaded about section values from JSON. Okay, cool. So what we are going to do is there are no errors now. So I'm just going to do a git push as well. And let's go ahead. Bam. So how was it so far? What do you think, folks? What do you think, Pranesh?
It was really amazing, sir. Very informative. A lot of get way.
Awesome. So yeah, I just it's already more than like an hour and a half, like sorry, 1 hour 15 minutes. So I'll just let everyone leave for now, and for people who want to have food, please go have food, dinner or whatever it is. And yeah, even I am starving, so I completely understand how difficult it could be. So for people who have found out this as useful one, please put it in the comments, give this a like, and Sushmita is so happy to feature her. And we are going to do one more live stream as the second part of this. I'll speak to Pranesh and get more details about it. Pranesh, please help me out on that. And along with Sushmita, definitely we are going to do the Discord bot session. Please watch out for the video that's going to come out. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification so that you will be notified whenever I post this video. So back to you, Pranesh.
Thank you very much, sir, for this amazing experience and training. We will surely start on the path shown by you. And thanks for reserving time from your busy schedule and take this event to this level. Intuitive design is how we give the user new experience superpowers. With these words, I would like to sign off from today's session. And yes, do remember, there are 3 responses to a piece of design. Yes, no, and wow. Wow is the one to aim for. Thank you.
Thanks, Pranesh. And for people who want to connect with me, please connect with me on LinkedIn. I have added my LinkedIn profile there. And for any other goodies and stuff like that, maybe I can do something like a surprise goodie for the part 2 session. How many of you would like to have a t-shirt? Great. For those people who haven't hit the like button and subscribe, go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe. T-shirts are on the way, and we are planning to do some awesome merchandise. And let's do something cool and share it with everyone. Take a screenshot, put it on your socials, add the link. Bam! Let's make it awesome. Thanks a lot for everyone who is watching, and great, superb. See you then, and have a nice day. Pranesh, would you like to say bye? And we'll just go to the holding screen. You stay back.
Yes, sir. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. See you all.